This is Ian Sanchez again with the Grow Purpose Network, and it's been a great coming together of people. There's always some great things coming together, but I'm really happy to have Gina Ellis-Strother with me from the Charleston County Parks and Recreation, and we've got a lot of common goals that we've realized. We have so many things that we're working on, but it seems like the Charleston County Parks and Recreation is also on that same mission of getting environmental education into more of the diverse community. So tell us a little about what you're doing over there and some of the initiatives that you're working on.
Well, Charleston County Parks and Recreation Commission is a 10,000 acre park system, and we've expanded into areas in the rural areas like Johns Island, Hollywood and Ravenel, Awendaw and McClellanville. And we recently hired people that used to work for the Charleston County School District who provided, after school programs in those areas. And now we've kind of taken over some of those programs, and we're trying to sort of provide some educational enrichment for these young people that, the demographics of those areas are, a lot of people are below the poverty level. A lot of African Americans, a lot of Hispanics. These are people that come from single parent homes. They don't have a lot of resources, transportation, and unemployment is high. And so what we're trying to do is trying to, focus on programming that really can kind of broaden their perspective. So, right now we do a lot of youth sports, football and baseball, cheerleading, things like that. But now we're trying to get into programming that focuses on educational opportunities like interpretive programming, where, people learn a little bit more about the environment. I mean, we have young people that are 13 years old, lived here in Charleston all their life, and are 3 or 5 miles from the beach, have never been to the beach, and they're 13 years old. So, the exposure and there is so limited. So with the resources that Charleston County Parks has, we're trying to kind of expand their knowledge base of what's going on. I mean, we have some summer camps, a half-day summer camps that we're starting to offer. Some of these kids have not, don't know how to kayak or canoe. They don't know about anything about recycling or composting. They don't understand anything about birding, what that is all about. And so there's so many more possibilities for these young people to get involved with besides just sports, which, they see on television. All of their, heroes and idols are, people in the basketball, football, big business, but there's so many other different avenues that they can pursue if they just have the opportunity to kind of be exposed to some of these programs. And so, it's our effort to try and do that. I mean, last year we got together and built a portable pool that transported from each of the areas. Every 2 weeks we went and taught these kids how to swim. Some of these kids there's a high percentage of kids in those areas that don't know how to swim. The drowning statistics are very alarming, and they're all surrounded by bodies of water, but yet they're not, they don't have the opportunity to go to, there is no public pools in those areas at all. So we have a foundation called the Parklands Foundation. We started a project called the Genesis Project this past year, and it's focused on raising money to build 3 pools in the rural areas of Johns Island, McClellanville, and in the Hollywood area, so that we can teach these kids how to swim. And it's been really successful. I mean, a lot of the kids are really getting more comfortable with learning how to swim. There's still a big stigma with parents and adults on, being fearful of their kids learning how to swim. But the surveys that we've done so far are telling us that their number one reason why they don't know how to swim is there is no place they can go to even swim. Beaches are too far. They don't have the transportation. So we bring the pools to them, and we've been doing that for this is our 2nd year doing it, and we're going to continue to do it until we have the resources available to build a pool out there for them to enjoy, not only for safety but for recreational purposes as well.
It's been a passion of mine. It's something that I've run into over and over again, and it's really a good time to get together because we have so many of these projects going on, like the Environmental Education Consortium that we're putting together with the North American Environmental Education Association, and also with our local regional group. And since South Carolina was one of 3 states this year that got a grant from the EPA to build the consortium, this is ideal. And there's in South Carolina, the beauty about where we live here in Charleston is that we're surrounded by so many so many natural resources.
Yes.
And so many, and folks don't realize that not only is this a great way to live a healthy lifestyle, healthier, it's also a great way to improve your education, that there's also economic benefits. This is such ecotourism and outdoor recreation is such I've seen it explode over the years, and it needs to be in a regulated manner. It can grow in a way that really preserves your natural resources at the same time, helps economically in these rural areas.
I agree. You know, I think we can do so much more if we come together and try to further expand that knowledge base. I think we do a lot more.
And not only that, I mean, we also know that we can improve their interest in science and and also in getting into other careers. And now that we have Boeing here, it's interesting to know that Boeing is even sending their engineers down to Costa Rica to spend more time out in nature and learn things on design.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's a lot of reasons for what we're doing, and it's a good time, and it'd be great for us to bring these collaborations together, because there are a lot of people that I think can bring resources to help out. And it's great to see that the Parks and Recreation have you on board to do those things. So let's look for more things from Charleston County Parks and Rec and from Gina in the future.